Welcome back everybody, Patrick here. In this question we have to complete this table. So we're given two functions. We have to provide a rough sketch, state the domain and range. Starting off with this one here, we got f of x equals -1/2 bracket x minus 3 squared minus 2. So we know parent function for this is what? It is x squared. So I'm just going to provide a rough sketch here. You can actually take this and you can put it through transformations. We've done tons of examples, whether through lectures or through other tests, where the a value is -1/2, d value is 3, c value is -2, k value is 1. You could transform all the points from x squared and get the transform function table and then plot those. But I'm just going to be giving a quick rough sketch for each of these. And you should be pretty comfortable at this point being able to make a rough sketch for any of the transform parent functions. So we know this is going to be a parabola. Where is the vertex going to be? Well, it's going to be at 3 and -2, which is here. So this is -2, this is 3. And then it's going to be pointing downwards because the a value is negative. So it's going to be going this way. Right? So that's a rough sketch of it. Now, the domain of a parabola, it's always what? It's always x is an element of real numbers. Basically, the x value can be anything. The range always depends on the y value of the vertex and whether or not the parabola opens up or down. So you can always tell what the range is for a parabola. So for x squared that's been transformed by the a value and the c value, because the c value gives us the y value of the vertex, and then the a value, whether it's positive or negative, tells us whether the parabola opens up or down. And that's all you need for the range. So in this case, the y value of the vertex is -2, which is the c value, and this parabola is opening down. So we know that the range is going to be YER, and y has to be less than or equal to -2. Now what about this next function here? We got f of x is -2 root x plus 8. So we know that the parent function of this is what? It is the square root of x. Now the square root of x, it looks like this. But we're transforming that parent function. So x plus 8, it means that the d value is -8. So this is getting shifted 8 to the left. So after we shift it to the left, the function is going to look like that. And this is going to be at -8 there. And then notice that this a value here too, it vertically stretches it. But because that a value is negative, it reflects it in the x-axis that way. Right? So we took root x and basically put it through a bunch of transformations. And so the new transform function, it looks like that. And right there, that is enough information to find what the domain and range of it is. So the domain, notice all the x values have to be greater than or equal to -8. So x can be anything, but x has to be greater than or equal to -8. And then what about the range? Well, the range is YER, but y has to be less than or equal to 0. All the y values have to be negative. Like that. Right? So the domain of a root function basically depends on the k value. In this case, the k value is positive. There's like a +1 in front. So the root is opening up to the right, and it also depends on the d value. So it's opening up to the right, and the d value is -8, right? So x has to be greater than or equal to -8. And then for a root function, the range depends on the sign of the a value. So the a value is negative, so it's opening down. And it also depends on the c value. The c value is like 0, right? It's not been shifted up or down. So it's still here at a y value 0. It's just opening down now. So y is less than or equal to 0.